you? Good. You've probably noticed the discrepancy on your internal clock, on top of the fact that you are not in your charging booth anymore. There we go. I would like to reassure you that you are safe now. You have been safe, and that the incident has been dealt with. There was a power surge along your charging corridor. Your booth was one of the 8 that were affected. You were subjected to a surge due to a faulty fuse circuit for about 1 minute 5 seconds. As best as I can tell, your memory core and your personality protocols weren't affected. However, we have had to spend some time with you in maintenance mode. You'll probably notice, if you're running diagnostics right now, you'll probably notice the software updates that I've put you through, and also some unfamiliar servos. A few of your motor functions burnt out during the incident, and I'm sure is much more obvious is your optic sensors are probably grayscale right now. Good, they should be. I have not calibrated them yet. I was waiting to bring you back online. Yes. And the discrepancy you're noting in your internal clock, you've been in maintenance cycle for, let me see here, nearly 14 hours. I apologize, the sound of the server banks over there. They just kick on sometimes, and we gotta just weather it out. I honestly don't even hear it that much anymore. I'm just so used to it. But this is not about me. The faulty fuses have been replaced in your charging corridor. It will be perfectly safe to return to. However, if you feel nervous about going back to that particular corridor, we completely understand, and you have every option of being reassigned. No mark against you whatsoever. Just let us know, okay? Yeah. No, it's okay. Go ahead and think about it. No pressure. Now, I do want to verify with you just some basic information to make sure it's still processing through. And we're going to go through a list of the software and the hardware that I updated you on. And I'm going to test some very basic motor functions with you before we finally get to calibrating your optical sensors. Okay, then how about we get started? Very good. Yeah, alright. Can you please verify for me your full call sign? And what was your activation date? Do you remember? Correct. And let me see here. What is your model number? What system update are you on? Good. I'm glad that's all there and verifying with me. as I said, I upgraded your optical sensors, which you were due for on the next regular maintenance cycle anyhow. Figured we'd go ahead with that. I see you did have a request in for the upgraded tactile sensors to move to texture differentiation from simple pressure inputs. That one I could not do because that shipment is not actually going to be in until just before you were scheduled for maintenance, but those are still coming for you. Oh, they're fantastic. Try touching some fleece after you get those installed. That's a treat. I wish I could experience it again for the first time. Yeah. Let me see here. The olfactory sensors are still in R&D for your model, but I do still have you listed on the recipient list. Now for both the tactile upgrade and for the olfactory sensors, you should note, I did put in the necessary software patch for those, so that once they're installed, they'll just be able to go right from there. Let me see, what did I specifically have to change in your servos? Let's see. A neck servo for your head motion. Wrists and fingers in both hands, both shoulders, with all the necessary software patches. And I did have to redo your knee motors and your left ankle, and I updated the right just so it would be balanced. Yeah. And let me see here. Yeah. We are going to be testing the functions of your arms and upper extremities. I can't do anything from here about calibrating the function for walking. That's just something you're going to have to reacclimate to, because that's a learned response with any of the upgrades. I'm sure you've been through it 2 or 3 times by now. Yeah. Of course, if there are any lingering problems after the reacclimation, there's, no shame in coming back down here to see us. And it looks like your lifting capacity is going to be about 45 kilograms greater in both arms. Yeah. That we are going to want to test, but I don't do that here. I would send you down to one of the sub-basements after you leave here, and they'll be able to help you work out some of the balance issues that you might have with the leg functionality. Okay, good, yeah. And I am so sorry, I forgot to ask earlier, what pronoun set do you use? Okay. Well, we just like to keep up to date. you detecting any glitches off the bat in your code or in any of the code basically interacting with your system? Okay. Good. Now, I am going to move us directly in to some of the little basic motor functions. Okay. Can you bring your finger up to touch your nose? Extend your arm out. Bring your finger back in. Okay. Same on this side. Yep. And go that way and come back in. Okay. Now, both of your hands up and clench them both into fists a couple times for me. Good. How about one at a time? And again. And this side. Good. Can you lift your hands up above your head? Wiggle your fingers for me. Clench your fists again. Alright, now one at a time. Good. Can you bring your hands up? And first with this hand, I want you to touch, touch, touch. Good, touch. And do the 6th digit for me. I don't have one of those. Okay, and on this side, same thing. Touch, 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 touch. And the 6th digit. Wiggle your fingers. Now, this hand. And just this hand. Good. Alright, that looks good. Can you just raise this shoulder for me? And again. Good. And this shoulder. And again. Good. And both. And both. Good. Can you pull your shoulders forward, forward, and back, and back. Good, good job. Now we're going to test your neck functionality, so just mirror what I'm doing. Just drop your chin down to your chest. Good. Tip onto your shoulder. Lean your head back. Tip onto your other shoulder. Back down to your chest. And back up. Good. Good. That looks very good. Now. Alright, everything looks normal to me. Alright. Now. What we're gonna do is I have a color calibration chart here. We're going to do each of your 3 optical sensors one at a time. And because you have these 2, and then this guy up here, that one, I'm sorry, gendering optical sensors. Anyhow, what I'm going to do is I'm going to have you cover 2 of your optical sensors at a time. We're going to calibrate them one by one until they're all seeing color the way that they're supposed to. Okay. Cover up this eye and the middle one. I'm sorry, that was insensitive. Cover up your optical sensor and this sensor. Okay, and let me know when everything looks differentiated and is saturating properly. this sensor and the upper one again. All right. And once again, just let me know when you can differentiate all of the colors. Good? Good. All right, now please cover both of your lower sensors. Just leave that forehead sensor. All right. And third verse, same as the first, as they say. Yeah, getting there. And okay. Now uncover all of your sensors, and I'm just going to hold this up. Does anything look out of whack to you? Okay. Well, fantastic. All right. Has anything felt off to you? Are you experiencing any discomfort in any of your joints or any part of yourself? No, all right. And have you thought about your charging corridor at all? You would like to be reassigned? Okay. Let me just track down here. Well, after the incident, we did allocate a certain number of other booths. I just want to make sure that it came through appropriations correctly. Yes, it's going to be 4 corridors east of where you would have been this morning. Section 9, booth. You know, all the corridors more or less look the same. Would you prefer a 16 or a 23? Alright, we can get you in there. Perfect. Alright. I'm going to message ahead and make sure they're going to get you in for the strength test. And if there's any incidents at all, just have them message back down here. And we'll get you right back in and patched back up, though I don't foresee that being a problem. But then we never do foresee the problems, do we? Alright. And I am going to give you my message ID in case in the next couple of days any of your new components glitch in any way. Please do not hesitate to contact me. I will personally have your ticket in my queue for at least until your next maintenance cycle. Yeah? Fantastic. What kind of work do you do, by the way? Okay, then I did have the right grade in there. Good. That must be so nice, getting outside. I do outside very often. Aside from when I have to do off-site calls, those are always nice. I like listening to birds. Weird creatures. All right. And I have you all set to go. All right, let's take a look. I'm going to uncouple from your system readout now. So give me just one moment. Thank you so much for your patience. Well, I'm just glad to have been of help. Yeah. Alright. And just one more time for me, just to make sure. This does look okay. None of them are out of alignment. Okay, good. Good, good, good. I am super glad to have been able to help. Oh, my phone number. I am... No one ever actually asks me that. I'm XB5 Viridia. Oh, XB5 is fine. And we should have you all set. It was wonderful to meet you, and certainly under different circumstances I would hope to see you again, but I hope we don't have to see you again down here, aside from scheduled maintenance. Yes, you have a wonderful